What's going on, everyone? Big Bob with Tales of a King. Welcome back to another edition. Today we're in Rancho Cucamonga. We're going to speak with Doug, owner of Cyclesmiths. You guys stay tuned. King Life.
Man, I get more butt than ashtrays. Fuck a fair one, I get mine the fast way. Ski mask way, and the ransom notes. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote much. More guns than roses, foes is shaking in their boots. A visible bully, like the gooch, disappear, vamoose, you whack to me. Take them rhymes back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack lyrics, the shit is depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad cause my style you're admiring. Bad, UPS is hiring.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Big Bob with Tales of a King. Welcome back to another edition. Sitting right here, man, is Doug. How you doing, Doug? Owner of Cyclesmiths, Inc. Thank you for having us here today.
Oh, anytime.
So now, if you guys never heard of Cyclesmiths Inc., once again, everything's going to be down below. His Instagram, the website, all their information. You guys check them out, man. They got some of the hottest products out there right now in the motorcycle scene. Doug, something I wanted to, because I know you're not new to the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
How did you get started in the motorcycle industry?
I kind of got going on the motorcycle industry from the car industry, you know, like a lot of people do. I was always with motorcycles, you know, all summer long we were at the river, all winter long we were out in the desert riding as kids, and then had street bikes after that. I went to Art Center College of Design, got a degree from there.
Oh, wow.
In product design. So I was a little more on the what does it do, I grab this thing, hold this thing, do things more than just the look, like for the car guys.
The school design is literally designed not specifically for cars or motorcycles? Just design in general?
It's really known for cars.
Oh, okay, okay.
All your bigger car guys came out of there.
Wow.
You know, I actually started there in illustration. I was always an artist. I went halfway through illustration. Every time I would walk through the gallery, going from one end of the school to the other, I'd see all these products and car models and stuff, and going, I like this 3D more. So I switched majors, which that's an expensive school, so it was a tough decision.
Wow.
But just switched over. And then when I got out, I was doing cars and a lot of building and all for like Chrysler, Ford, I don't know, more the ability to do a running car is so much better now. Back then, they were right on the edge of going from clay models that you pushed around on dollies to rolling cars.
Right.
And I was right in that area where they were trying to make these things handle all the shows through the year without starting to crack and fall apart.
Wow.
And so it was pretty intense stuff trying to make, okay, this is not just gonna look good, this thing's gotta drive or hang on to itself.
So did any of your designs actually make it to production?
Most of the stuff I was doing then was like, they've got a concept, this is what it is, and then you end up refining and dealing with problems. And
oh, okay, okay.
You know, and a lot of it, I was doing the product part of it on some of them. You know, I remember a Ford Sable project. They wanted like 14 cup holders in this thing that would hold big gulps. Back when that started happening, it's like, you really? But that was, you come up with it, figure it out, and then they take that car back to the studio, and then the designers that are doing interior can go, well, this might work, or kind of like that and this, and so they want concepts.
Right, right. So what got you into like designing for motorcycles?
I and a friend of mine that went to school with me, we were working at design firms that were doing other stuff also besides cars, and they got a Harley project for doing some forward controls. They wanted some new forward controls. And we were into bikes and they knew that, so they grabbed us and put us on that project, and it was like, this is awesome, you know, you get paid to do this, this is fun. And so after we did that project, we just started going on our own, just coming up with stuff. Started out of a garage and just came up with new things.
For Harley or for like making your own parts and accessories?
Our own brand.
Wow.
Yeah, my father bankrolled it, and my friend Al and I just came up with concepts and all.
So did you leave the car scene as far as, and start doing that full time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't Cyclesmiths Inc. though?
It was Cyclesmiths pretty much right
Oh,
from
really?
the get-go. We knew a bit of marketing and all that from everything at school. I mean, it's presentations, it's how you look, it's everything. I mean, the logo, we did that, you know, almost day one.
Wow.
Come up with the logo. And back then, we could see the potential because back then everything was going billet and it was all cookie cutter. Everything was just cut out, little shape, maybe some beveled edges. And so we started doing cast aluminum parts and things. I mean, there's some levers I did a long time back that had a shape around the front of them. We call them wing levers, and it was kind of like a rifle and all door handle, all
Nice.
tied into one. We did fender struts for soft tails because they were just sheet metal stamped with angles and all. We made a nice flowing part.
So you're adding style to
Yeah.
the scene. The more
And we could see the high-end stuff coming. I mean, people were starting to pour money into bikes then too.
which was going to be a plus for
Yeah.
eventually for you guys. Now you worked directly for Harley Davidson as well, right?
Yeah, I worked at Milwaukee in the product development center.
Oh, in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Willie G was one of my bosses. I was
Really?
in the styling team.
The actual Willie G.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know who that is, Google him. You're not a real biker. No, I'm just kidding.
He'll pop up.
So what did you do for Willie G or Harley Davidson?
I was over all the touring. All touring bikes, I was in charge of the look of those bikes.
Wow.
It was like around 2000 into 2000 to 08, about 7 or 8 years there.
Wow. So now obviously your designs are all over those bikes.
Yeah. There's all the bikes still. There's a lot of my stuff on them.
Even like the anniversary bikes. Is that some of those? That's your designs on there too, as well.
I don't know how much I had on anniversary because that would only been like 1 or 2 or 3 years into it when those came out.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. 08
and a lot of those bikes, it was paint. It was Ray Dre doing paint schemes. The anniversary was really a big push on paint.
Okay.
Some cloisonnés and stuff, and that was more graphics. Everything was graphics on the different collections.
Well, how hard is Willie G on the designing? As far as was everything okay, or would you guys have to go back and forth to the drawing board? And
he's a great guy. I mean, a total gentleman. Everything's casual, just lots of presentations. I mean, you just get together as the group. You get to points in your design that, hey, I want people to look at this and stuff, and everybody gets together and goes over it, talks about it, picks it apart, tries to find out why this, why that, and you just, you learn so much from other people.
Right.
So you learn from the new guys and you learn from the old guys, or you don't become a good designer. You just, if you're like, I'm so cool, I can't learn. That's a tough one.
I was going to ask, so you guys were a team. You weren't. It wasn't like, dude, Doug, get out of here with that. I was like, Doug, great, but let's try this. And then, that's awesome. Okay, so.
No, it's cool for me too because I like touring, and there's a lot to a bike. A touring bike's got so much more.
Right.
In general, most of the even the team there, it's like, well, I want to do soft tails. I want to do Sportsters. I want to do performance Sportsters and stuff like that. And it's like, it was almost like nobody wanted to do touring.
So it's your baby.
Yeah, and I come in with there. I've been riding a Road King. Come out from California, get there. For one thing, I thought everybody rode all the time there. So I came out on an interview, and there was snow on the ground. It was like, I think it was October, and there's all these bikes in the parking lot. And I came early to figure out where I had to go for the next day, so I'd know.
Right.
This is cool. These guys all ride. Well, come to find out later on, so the guys downstairs, the engineers and the build guys, had room to make the bikes. They would take the fleet and they'd put it out in the parking lot, and it'd snow on it all.
That's funny.
So I came out, and it's like I was so used to, I ride every day. I just found some knobby tires that Yamaha was putting on a 16-inch wheel. and they fit up, and then I just put screws in the knobbies.
Really?
Ride year round on my Road King.
Wow, out there in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I just put my hands in my pockets on the freeway and just ride. Just let the bike do its thing. I would get home, pull in the garage. I would have started to get just a little bit cold when I got home. It was about a 20-mile ride. All the rest of the guys that would laugh at me in the parking lot, we'd walk out to the car and I can't do that. I don't know what you're thinking. It's like, dude, I got warm gear on. I just came out of the shop. I'm gonna get on my bike, and about when I pull up at home, I might start getting cold. You're coming out of the shop, getting in a cold refrigerator, and about the time you get home, you're gonna be warm. And I'm riding. You know? So it's really fun to ride like that. Every guy that I let get on my bike and ride it around was like, oh, this is awesome. I thought it was totally different. You know?
Yeah, we're talking with Factory 47, and they were saying how everyone thinks like we ride all day and all night, and they were like you said, no, we come here to work and we ride when we can, and that's a funny story.
Yeah, no, it's you get so caught up in the business at times that you just stop doing what you wanted to do in it. You know, and then there's a lot of people that is a business. Right. You know? But Harley can get that way at times. They can get so many like marketing guys. They'll bring the marketing guys in, and they're bringing them from Kraft Foods or whatever. You know, 'cause these guys are really good in that, and they want Harley on the resume. You know, and you're like, pretty soon it's like I'm working at a company that makes parachutes, but nobody jumps out of the planes. It's like you gotta know it a little more, and that's what was really good with Willie's era, because he's more offset from it. And I believe he's in the museum now. He's got a studio there. But back then, everybody was into it. I mean, they wouldn't ride in the winter, but they'd ride all the rest of the time.
When it wasn't cold?
Yeah, and when the rains came and the salt was off the road, they were riding right then.
Yeah. Then the parking lot was really full with the bikes of people on the road.
Yeah, and then like the building out here, we build all year round. Back there, they don't.
Oh, really?
You know, you can't sell parts, you know, accessory type, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
During the summer, because those guys are like, dude, I only have so much riding time. I'm not going to tear my bike down right now. So all summer, going to shows and stuff, they're seeing what they like. And then when winter hits, I'm working on my bike. Yeah, we're in California right now, and what's going to be, 70 today? Yeah. Something like that. So if you guys are watching from the East Coast, sorry, man. Yeah. Beautiful, sunny California. Yeah, they're working on their bike right now. Yeah, they're working. Go to cyclesmithsinc.com and get some parts. Now, Doug, we were talking, and you were saying how there was like a secret border or a secret room where there's only so many people allowed into this room at Harley Davidson. What was that about? Well, that was styling department. Okay. Willie was the lead. We had Louis Netz and Ray Dre. Louis kind of watched over us all and kept us all on track. He was good at keeping us out of trouble, things like that. Ray Dre was more graphics and all. We had set up in an area, not everybody could just come in at any time, you know, but engineers in charge of platforms that we were working on, like I was in charge of touring, the touring engineers would be in there and all that, so it wasn't, within Harley Davidson, you could get in there if you needed to get in there, but it wasn't like everybody's walking through here seeing what the future is all the time. So to be able to get into that room was kind of a big deal. Some people thought it was pretty exciting. Yeah. You know? I would have thought it was. Yeah. I mean, family members didn't. When they built the new product development center, some people, they had a open house thing and let family go in and all. That was prior to me. Right. I know I snuck my daughter in there one day after hours to let her see what everything was, and the other guys did the same thing. That's cool. Sneak somebody in. So, is there one project or one design maybe that was your favorite, or that you could be like, yeah, man, we nailed it with this one, or is there anything like that? For me, it was probably the pieces more than the bikes. Okay. Because Harley did the V-Rod. They've done some outrageously different things at times, but I've always been in the evolution of the bike. So I can go, I really like that rear fender I did, or I really like that primary cover or tranny cover I did. It's the subtle little things that took it from there, which later on you can look at it, somebody can look and go, yeah, that's a really old fender. I know what that's off of, and that is really cool. It's new, but that hasn't changed a lot. And that has a nice evolution. And I'm more into that with the bikes.
Nice.
I look at stuff and go, I really like what I did there.
And you could say that.
What I did there.
And you could actually say that.
Yeah.
That's bad, man. So that's cool. That's something that it's going to stay. You'll live with that forever.
Yeah.
Because you could, like I said, you could look at someone and go, "Yep, that's me. I did that," or "That's cool." Well, when was the turning point, or that made you say, "You know what? I'm going to go back," or go back into business for yourself, back to Cyclesmiths Inc. Was there something that led to it, or were you just like, "You know what? I had a great time here at Harley. Met a lot of cool people, did some cool stuff. It's time for me to move on," or what? Or did you just say, "I'm out"?
It was a little bit of I'm out. Definitely met a lot of cool people and did a lot of cool stuff. Being from California, bringing my family back there, all family, all the cousins, grandparents, everybody's out in Southern California. We're all the way back in Milwaukee. My daughter and my wife came out here a lot, lots of trips, which I was cool, anything to do to keep them in touch with family. Right. I was usually so, it wasn't like I was swamped with the projects, but I would make myself swamped with the projects. I'd work long hours. I loved doing what I did. So that was hard. I'm working all the time, which I probably shouldn't have been, and they're wanting to get back with family. So you just kind of get to a breaking point where it's like, is this really worth it, doing this? And so I just said, I'm done. Wow. Certain things happened there that I couldn't see the direction going the way I thought it should go. So.
And you came back to California and you went right into it, or did you into Cyclesmiths?
A little bit of a few months of messing around, figuring out what I wanted to do. When I went out to Harley, I couldn't own Cyclesmiths anymore. At that point, it was my father and I that owned it, so my dad had to take full ownership of Cyclesmiths. So came back out here, figured out, do we want to do this more? Things were going really good. The longevity of the parts, I'd been gone 8 years, but floorboards were still popular. The fat handlebars, 1.25 bars, we came up with those. Nobody had done fat handlebars before, so that was still very popular.
In those 8 years you were with Harley, do you feel, because you said some of the parts were still popular, do you feel you missed out, like in what was happening outside of Harley in the custom scene? Like you had to play catch up maybe a little bit, or what did you know what I mean?
We're going to all the shows. I mean, the one thing that's nice when you're doing that is, like, if I go to Sturgis now, I'm working the show. Okay. When I went to Sturgis then, I was enjoying the show. I mean, the work we did was to judge the bike shows. That was it. Everything else was go hang out.
It was a good time.
Yeah. So it was real enjoyable. You could see what's going on. I have never really studied everybody's stuff as I'm going through looking at bikes and stuff. I'm just a guy that likes the feeling of what's going on. Hey, that kind of feels cool. I'm not going to get over there and go into the details of it. Right. So I kind of see things that way, and then when I come up with stuff, it's kind of like that. I get, it kind of feels like everybody's going this way, and I think I'm trying to step ahead and think, where are they going to be in 2 years? And I'm designing towards that. I want to surprise everybody. Hey, wow, where'd this come from? Did we see this before? It's smart.
Have you ever saw a product that wasn't yours and said, man, I could take that thing, it hasn't been marketed, but you've seen it on a few bikes. I could take that product, change it up, and make it better than what it is, and sell it. Have you ever done something like that? No, you're not necessarily stealing it. You're just thinking, man, that's a nice product, but if I put my touch on it, I know I can sell that thing.
I see things like that all the time. I mean, you know, that's one of the easiest ways to design. For me, unfortunately, I'm stuck on the other end of that scale.
Okay.
I can look at stuff and go, the guy does this and that, I think it'll do a lot better. It'll be really cool. It's that one little thing.
Right.
Me, I mean, like mirrors, I come up with a mirror, there's no housing to the mirror because I always hated the fact I had to have mirrors. So you come up with a mirror that's just a piece of glass floating above your handlebar.
And Julio will get a better shot, of course, and these are your lollipops?
Yeah, that's the peep mirror for hot rod, and then we've got others for the bikes.
And you guys, obviously, there's no frame on this, it's just a mirror.
Yeah, it just glues on there. Thought, you know, how can I get something that's just a reflective surface floating in space so you don't notice it? And well, to do that, you've got to figure out glass. You've got to try to, you know, how are we going to cut it? How are we going to shape it? How are we going to polish it? How are we going to temper it? How are we going to mirror it? How are we going to glue it so it lasts? How are we going to make it adjustable and all cool and sell it?
Right.
And that's a big thing compared to, hey, that guy's billet mirror is really cool. But if I put some grooves on that and I did it in black, you know, and did this, it'd sell, and it would.
Right.
I unfortunately do the hard stuff, which gets tough.
But people want it.
Yeah, you hope at the end of the day they remember that you're the original on it, and that carries some weight with it. And it becomes a long, strong project. You know, people are going, oh, that parts, I love those things. I've been buying them for 15 years. We got guys with footboards that just swear by our footboards. A lot just because of the ride quality. People that ride long distances love our footboards because you can pull your feet back, straighten your hips out, stand up straight. It's like mid controls for a while.
Right, right.
Most guys, you're on a bike, all you can do is move your feet around. It's like you're in an airplane. All you can move is your feet. You can't change your back.
Seat in front of you. The seat in front of you in your face.
Yeah.
And we'll get some photos of the waffle boards, but here I have to show them. This is a waffle board, and we'll show you. Got a bike out there with the waffle board on it. Now, tell us about the waffle board because.
Well, I can grab one here too.
Okay.
And this is kind of where we began.
This was the start of the.
Yeah, where it would be easy to do a flat billet footboard like everybody had been doing. And I couldn't do that. I wanted it to be a little bit more, so I came up with a curved board. And then I tried to do something. I mean, I was never a rivet guy before that. I mean, rivets are cool now, but before it was like rivets. So we started with this, and right away it's like it's missing something. And then we did rivets, and they've sold, you know, I think I came out with these probably somewhere around 96.
Wow.
And they've gone and gone. We'll do them custom with leather on them. We've done them with automotive carpet. We've done all different stuff to them. But it's been a long, good project. And
right.
Because I figured out what can I do to really make this nice. And so I'm not doing a new flame collection next year and then skull collection next year after that, like everybody has to do.
Right, right.
Try to make something that's going to last a long time.
And you do these in-house, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So then you go to this, and then you evolve to the waffle pattern, which is the newer direction. You know, I still got strength in these. These sell better than ever. Those are a whole new direction.
And the cool thing about the waffle board, you guys, and again, Julio will get a closer look. Each, I don't know how to word it. Each hole is stamped, right? Machined.
It machined in, just ball groove.
So, yeah, he'll get a closer, but that's just amazing because there's, I don't know, probably hundreds on here, and the sun, these things look just amazing. And I'm actually, if you guys are watching, I'm doing some upgrades on my Road King. If you guys watch my Instagram, and Doug and Cyclesmiths Inc. actually donated some waffle boards and pasture boards to it, and I appreciate that. I'm excited to get them, but these things are nice, and like I said, he'll get a closer look. So those are the two styles you have right now for floorboards.
Yeah, we do the different lengths. The waffles, I'm doing the 19, which is our most popular length board.
Is that the one with the low curve, or the?
Well, the 19 would be the longer one here.
Okay.
Yeah. We're starting with that, and then the XL will be next. The XL is cut to go up even with
XL, that's the one, okay, with the
guard.
okay,
yeah,
engine
it goes
guard.
up a little farther, gets a place to put your heel and rest your heel without highway pegs on it.
So I don't know. Say that again. I don't know. It's going to be long enough to where you don't need highway pegs.
Yeah, the board just here. There's one right here. This is our traditional XL, so the engine guard is right here. Mm-hmm. So it goes up there so you can set your heel on it there. But I mean, the main difference on our boards is this extra rear. That's what really does it. Mm. You put the end of your foot back here.
Right.
Your feet are so far back, I mean, you couldn't put them on anything with a regular board. It'd be behind the board.
Yeah.
And you just keep riding. You don't go, oh man, we gotta stop. I'm tired.
Unless you get a tap on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pulling over. Yeah, so Doug, Cyclesmiths, you guys also sell the bag extensions.
Yeah.
And these are 4-inch, or what do you sell them in? Is that standard?
I believe it's slightly off from 4 and then 3-inch. We do if it's got 4 grooves or 3 grooves. We originally came out with the 3 groove, thinking people are going to drag these, and when we figured out no, there's plenty of clearance, then we went ahead and went a little longer. So,
and the colored ones, are those a special order, or are those something you keep in stock as well? Like, cause I know you guys got black and.
We do all black, that we machine the grooves after it's powder coated black, and we clear over that. We also sell them raw for people that want to like engrave. Paint them, match their bike and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, so you guys, man, make sure to check out everything. Again, everything's going to be down below in the description. Doug, can we go check out the shop and check out maybe some of your bars and a couple, we'll give some secrets away? No, I'm just kidding. All right, stay tuned, man. Do you manufacture everything in-house?
No, we have a lot of stuff done by other vendors, machining and things. We can do almost everything in-house. It's kind of like R&D here. I figure it out. I figure out a new way to do something, and then we get other people to do it for us. I got friends in all different machine shops and things to do.
But you definitely design your products here, and then from there you.
Yeah, we come up with it. We do kind of shipping and assembly here. A lot of the little secret things, ways we do things is in this area. The product comes in, like handlebars. We'll get them. And we'll put the ends in. We got a special way that we put.
So why is your end, or how do you complete the end, I guess? Or
well, I made a machine that mechanically attaches them and bonds them.
Okay.
Aluminum tubes in the bar. By having aluminum out at the end of the bar, I drop 1.5 pounds off the moment of inertia. So steering is much safer and much quicker. See a lot of heavy bars, guys cruising along with some tall apes, bikes wagging and all.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, some of the stuff I learned at Harley was just how big that handling issue was. They would do anything to get weight. Anything, the farther it was from the center of steer, the more important it became. You could have a big heavy radio in the center, but people go, oh, what are the speakers? They got little tiny magnets. Well, they had to pay more for those little tiny magnets, but that's because they were out here. We want the lightest speakers we can get out here.
Yeah.
It becomes a real safety issue.
Right.
So our bars are unique in that we're the only ones that have aluminum ends in them.
Yeah, because most of the time it's one piece, right?
Yeah.
Wow. There it is right there. What else we got going on?
Riveter is where we put all those rivets and everything.
Yeah, you guys go check out the Instagram. I seen you guys on Instagram where you guys are making the footboards.
Yeah. So we're doing custom stuff with leather and stuff, and we're riveting here.
Yeah.
A lot of people, hey, can I just get the rivets and all, so I'm going to put my own leather on, you know. Well, it just doesn't work like that. You got to have one of these.
I'm not the parts guy. So now, but you guys do custom orders, right?
Yeah.
If I call and say, hey, I want like this certain leather or color, you guys will do that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we send everybody Tandy leather, which has been around since like 1919.
We actually used them
everywhere.
before, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys hear that, man, he'll definitely hook you up with some customized floorboards, passenger boards, all that stuff.
Yep.
And back here, now you got quite a bit of bars out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of bars here that are in different processes. These are our new, it's a blank for a California lane splitter.
Those are bad.
Yeah, these are really cool.
So each one of your bars gets the extension?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
everything's aluminum ends. These
Wow.
handle really well. Ergonomics for me is huge. All of our bars are really comfortable. You don't feel like you're stuck
Right.
between the bars.
Yeah, I like the style of those. I've seen them inside the showroom. And each bar stamped with your...
Yeah,
The logo.
our logo on the bottom of them.
So if you don't see the Cyclesmiths ink, it ain't real.
Yeah, we tend not to put our logo just out on the face of stuff. People have been wanting it. I think I'm just old school. I just don't like to go here, this is us.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we'll put it underneath and hide it.
Right,
You know,
right.
Do things. Bunch of old returns and things.
And what do you guys do with these? Just
A lot of our stuff, it's kind of like the secret menu at In-N-Out. We've got stuff here that
okay.
people don't know about. Unique stuff. We'll do, and I'll try something new, and then I'll keep some of them.
yeah.
If we get any blims, shipping damage, things like that, all the local guys will come. I give them a good break.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
$50 off, $100 off. It's got a little ding.
Right.
You know, that I can never send across the country and
Right.
the guy go, oh, it's the ding, you know, but once it's on the bike, you don't see it.
So if you're in the IE or SoCal area, come over here.
Yeah.
I might have something for you.
Got good old Pines #2 bender. Everybody in bending knows that's like the one that's done the most, probably.
What's the deal with that tire, the rim? Is that
Oh, that's just another old thing around. I think I did that back in like 97, 98. I came up with pine joints as spokes. Look better in chrome.
wow? What a trip! I've
We
never seen
never
that
did
before.
it. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
always concerned about the safety.
Ah, okay. Always first, huh?
Yeah. The CNC lathe, I've been starting the mirrors on those. I'm about to hand those off to somebody to start doing the
Okay.
stems and the grommets and all. I've
Yeah.
got it all working good, but now they're starting to sell. I can't keep up with it, so.
Oh man, that's awesome. Oh yeah.
A couple of CNC mills. Set up with some parts there. This one we're set up, we do bag extensions on.
Oh, so you actually make the bag extensions in house?
When they'll go to get powder coat or prior to chrome, we put the grooves on them.
Oh, that's right. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I started out fabbing the first
Yeah.
ones. Once we got it all figured out, the bends and all, then I had somebody do laser cut them and fab them.
Nice.
And then I get them back and we do the final touch on them.
That's awesome.
Got all kinds of little machines around, do special stuff.
Nah, dude, I'm always like, just always, to me, because I'm not, it's not what I do. So it's just like, I'm always just like, blown
Yeah,
away.
no, there's-
I go to 100 different shops, and every time I'd be like, dude, this is so bad. Now, is that I don't know if you want to get this, but is that for a sample or like a guide?
Which,
That on the lathe, that bar?
this guy?
Yeah.
That's a quick collet changer.
Oh, just a handle.
Yep.
That's for a handle
Every
bar.
once in a while, I'll set up an automatic knurling head that I made, and the guys will go through and run some of those if I got a different bar that I'm trying.
Okay, I'm stuck at handlebar, so I seen a handlebar.
Yeah. No, I think that might be a piece off a bad bar.
That's funny. Doug, thanks for having us, man. We appreciate it, letting us come in your shop and check out the shop, check out the products. You guys, once again, everything will be down below, the website, the Instagram. Thank you again to Doug, owner of Cyclesmiths. We appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Tales of the King. We'll see you guys soon. King Life.